Welcome back to Fully Stoked. It's Sarah. Cody's not here today because I have my special friend and guest, Lianne Hofer, right? Hofer. We learn something new every day, but we really are friends. We've been friends for a while.
Well, you don't use somebody's last name all the time, right?
No.
You only use it sometimes.
No,
But
I read it a lot, though.
it rhymes with gopher.
Oh, remember
because I go for the stuff in the house.
You go for everything.
I do.
Yeah. We were just talking about, I have the shirt that she's wearing. We have the same car.
And I almost bought the house that she lives in.
It's crazy.
Like crazy.
Yeah, too much. I love it.
I love it. So good.
So Lianne is, I met Lianne at Union County Network of Women in one of our networking groups. And since then, we go to a couple other networking groups together and we've become friends. I just really enjoy whenever, Lianne speaks. She's an expert in so many things and she's really good at public speaking. So she is a declutter expert. How should I list it? In what order? A Reiki Master.
However you want to do it.
Certified mental wellness coach. Happiness trainer. That sounds amazing. Best-selling author. Yes, she is.
Yep.
Two times. Speaker and a Union County Network of Women member, as well as many other network groups.
I think Union County Network of Women should be at the front.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. But I did mention it. So we're going to reverse it and start with Union County Network of Women. She is amazing, though, and has taught us so much. This little woman has all this knowledge in her. So I just cannot wait to talk to you. Funny story. We did this podcast already, and we did it online, and it didn't record the whole thing. So it's my fault. So she's been kind enough to allow me to take two. All right. So welcome. We're so glad that you are here. Lianne, if we walked into your house right now, what would we find in your junk drawer?
Ooh, you would find car keys, a couple of pens.
Nothing else.
There's not much else. It's not a junk drawer.
Are you a minimalist?
I am.
I knew that. That was a setup. I already knew that.
Yeah, it was a setup.
Yeah. So your house doesn't have anything in it, does it?
Well, no, my house has a lot in it.
Oh, it does?
It does.
We
just don't have a
tidy.
lot. It's very tidy. And everything in my house has meaning or purpose. So it's either something that we use because we use it, or it's something that makes us feel good or has a good memory associated with it. You know, who needs to keep that thing from Aunt Edna that makes you feel,
Well, I know.
No one needs to keep that.
I thought of you this morning. I was opening a stack of letters that I got in the mail, and one of them was for my 16-year-old daughter and her retirement account because she has a job for like 3 months. And I'm like, should I keep this? Really? Should I? Because there's nothing in it. I don't think it was necessary. So I'm gonna shred that one. But you inspired me this morning. You're in my head. Thank you.
Look at that.
Talking to me. Well, let's see, Lianne's business and your expertise. How did you get into? So let's talk about your first business. Your main gig is
the Clutter Consultant.
Yes.
So in the
Tell us
Clutter
about
Consultant, I'm a decluttering expert and an organizer. So I'm the concierge for what goes on inside the house.
I like your tag. Your name tag?
Oh, I saw that on.
Yeah, it's so cute. Can you see it? It's so amazing. I love it. The Clutter Consultant.
Designed that long time ago. So kind of helping people determine what do they keep in their house, what do they let go of their house, where do we put it so it makes sense to use it, so they can really have less stress, find what they're looking for when they're looking for it, when they go shopping for something, know what they need to get. Like streamlining the inside.
So, who would call you? Not somebody who just needs a good deep clean. Somebody who needs something deeper than that to actually get rid of things. Like a hoarder might call you, or someone who's maybe not that extreme. I know you don't want to use labels like that.
Correct. So not using labels.
Not using labels.
If you're a hoarder, I have somebody for you to talk to. I cannot help you. Because I'm not qualified.
Okay.
I don't have the training.
Gotcha.
I don't have the resources.
Okay, well that's good to know. Actually.
Yeah,
okay.
someone who's a true hoarder. So I met Matt Paxton from the TV show Hoarders.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that we talked about was how a true hoarder would also have some therapy before they do their show. They have a couple months of therapy, and after the show, they also have therapy. So they have a lot of support.
Right.
That show isn't just how big of a mess is someone. And what kind of a transformation can we make? It's truly deeper than that. And I don't have those types of resources. So my people are typically going through a life change. They're getting ready to move out. They're gaining someone living in their home, or somebody is going off to live on their own and they're leaving the home. They're downsizing or they're right sizing. or they're having some sort of a shift or change.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, I don't know that I would call you, yeah, I've got lots of clutter, but I think maybe when my kids go to college, that would make sense. When they move off, or before I move in with my husband who lives in Nashville and I live outside of Charlotte, I could definitely use somebody to help me go through everything. It's overwhelming. I think about the emotional attachment that I have to things. And do I get rid of this or do I keep it? It would probably help to have a coach.
Sure, someone who's not involved, someone who doesn't have a stake in the game. It doesn't matter if you keep something or let it go. I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
Okay.
So how does it affect you? You really get to make that choice on your own. And especially when you're combining two fully decked out homes, right? You've got two full households that are coming together. How do you choose which set of pots and pans to keep, which set of silverware to keep, which set of bathroom towels? Do you get rid of all the bathroom towels and start out fresh? What does that look like? So we coach through each area and you get to choose. And then when you choose what you're letting go of, where do you want it to go? Do you want it to continue to do good in the community, or do you just want it out of your house and you don't care where it goes?
Right.
Like, those are questions to ask.
Well, I could see how, I understand you're not a therapist, but I could see how you're a happiness trainer and a certified mental wellness coach. So you're in the direction, so maybe not as extreme as a therapist, a licensed therapist, but you are moving in that direction to help people in a very structured way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I reach that point where I'm like, this is something I can't help you with, this is something for someone else too.
Okay. Well, tell me about Reiki, because you are a Reiki Master and I want to understand what it is. So tell me a little bit about that.
So Reiki is a Japanese relaxation technique.
Okay.
It can be hands-on or hands-off, and it's energy work. So it falls underneath that category of energy work, along with so many other things. Qigong is energy work. Acupuncture can be considered an energy work. Feng Shui can be an energy work.
Okay. And you use it in decluttering in your day-to-day work, right?
To a degree, more when I'm working with someone,
Okay.
And not that I'm giving someone Reiki as much as I'm allowing the energy and sensing the energy of what's going on and how can I best react to it to keep things smooth and to allow the best and highest good come out of a situation.
Yeah. Well, your kindness exudes from you because you wouldn't, I mean, who would, you're using the energy and noticing things to see what's the best for your client. So that's commendable for sure. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Your journey to this level of success, and you are very successful. I mean, let's talk about your public speaking for a moment. She's taught all of us in our networking group how to speak. I mean, she's just like a coach for speaking, honestly. She's like, everyone needs to stand up. Why do we stand up again?
Because it gives you presence, it shows some authority, and it's kind of one of those spoken about extras that come with networking. So when you're networking, you learn not only how to share what you do, but you also get to learn public speaking. So in my journey, and it's funny, I was sitting next to someone at a totally different networking event, and she's like, oh, I've never heard you say that before. How are you able to do that right off the cuff? And I said, well, how long have you been sharing your business?
Yeah.
And she said, 2 years. I said, I've been doing it for 15.
Oh, wow.
So my 15 can't be compared to your 2.
Right.
I've had a lot more opportunities to completely screw up every time I step.
Yeah.
So I'm better at it now. We did I was at a networking event, and being the good little networker that I am, I followed up with the speaker. And it turned out she was part of the National Association of Speakers. We ran an event together. The first time, we ran it 3 times. The first time we did the event, she was in the back of the room and she did this.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I am not good. This is bad. Just get through it. I just want to sit down. It was like the terror that everyone thinks when you think about public speaking.
Oh, yes, that's happening.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
In front of this room of like 20 people. I was like, I just want to sit down.
I just don't believe it.
I want to fade into the back.
Yes.
So afterwards, she said to me, what about going to like Toastmasters and putting yourself into situations to talk? And I thought, okay. I came back 3 months later. She was in the back of the room doing this.
So you did.
I did.
Toastmaster. Okay, is that weekly or monthly? How often is that?
That, at the time the group I was in was weekly. I don't even know if the group still exists. I only did it for a few months, got my confidence, felt good about it. Since then, I've taken a number of public speaking courses, opportunities to do. Anytime there's an opportunity to do a podcast, to get in front of a room, I do it. I was part of a large networking group where we had 40 to 50 people in the room every week, and I stood in front of the room as president running the group.
Oh, wow.
More confidence building to be there.
Yeah.
So anytime that you have an opportunity to do a speaking opportunity and you're a little bit nervous but really excited, do it.
Because it grows confidence each time.
And you learn every time you do it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know all that.
So probably the key thing I would say is nobody knows what you were going to say. So if you forget to say something, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like the biggest one for me. I was like, I don't have to fire hose 1,000 topics into them.
Yeah.
No, give them 3. And if you only talk about 2, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good advice.
Yeah.
I like your easiness too. I told her that when she came. Just really, I appreciate you just being so easy and light and sunshiny, and I think it's very attractive. People listen to you, especially if you're speaking at the front of the room and you have that presence, when you're positive instead of the opposite, right? Somebody may be harsh or cutting. I don't want to listen to her, but you're definitely not like that. So, all right, I have more questions for you. So, at this level of success, you've been doing public speaking and networking for this business for 15. For that, you had a career also, though, right? All right. And then what made you sort of switch?
So prior to North Carolina, I lived in the Northeast and I was a dental hygienist. I was licensed in 3 states. And when I moved here, North Carolina said, I don't care where you're licensed. You have to go through and take all your tests again. And I looked at my husband and I said, I've been doing this for 25 years since I was 19 years old. I think I'm done.
Wow.
And he went, okay.
What a good husband.
And I said, okay. So we built a house, got everything set up, got everybody set up with schools, new doctors, hairdressers, all the things. And I was sitting on the sofa playing this dumb app, waiting for the school bus. And I looked at my husband and I said, I've got way too much energy to be sitting on the sofa at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
I need to do something.
Right.
So I went to go visit a friend, and 10 o'clock at night, looking for a snack to ruin my diet, because that's what you do at 10 o'clock
Of
at night.
course, yeah.
And I was in her pantry, and she's like, that's what you need to do. And that's how the Clutter Consultant was born.
That's awesome. That's a good friend.
Yeah.
She saw your strength. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
So that was 15 years ago. Okay. All right. Well, that's wonderful. So if you weren't a declutter expert, what would you be doing? Not sitting on the couch.
I would not be sitting on the couch. I would probably still be in the dental field doing something.
Yeah, that seems really close to people too. You stand in front of a lot of people and then you do one-on-one work with your company. But, a lot of people like to sit behind a computer and not talk to people all day, but you really do like people.
I do like people.
Yeah, everywhere.
I've been a lot of places lately.
You were in Arizona?
I was in Arizona. Phoenix was amazing. Sedona was killer.
Yes.
Yes. So we went to visit some vortexes, and I was like, I'm not going to feel anything. Vortexes. No.
You know what? I've been there and I felt it too.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
And it was crazy. Like, people had this unspoken reverence in these areas.
Mm-hmm.
There was no sign that said don't talk. And people that did talk spoke in a quiet. I've been in the Vatican, and people were talking in normal voices in the Vatican.
Right.
They had more. My experience is that there was more reverence in these vortexes than there were in these meccas of religious places.
Right.
In the Vatican, people were talking in regular, and there was mass going on while I was there.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't believe that people were, like, they have little alcoves off to the side, and one of the alcoves, they had mass going on, and people were just talking like normal, and kids were kind of running around, and I thought to myself, well, that's not respectful.
That's odd. Right. But the vortexes, you felt something, I felt something. I think that's why probably I would have been quiet, because I'm like, what is this feeling? I
had this feeling. I could hear this like ringing in my ears. It just, everything felt good.
Yeah. So they say in the mountains of North Carolina, there's also vortexes, but I don't know that I've ever felt anything quite like I felt out in Arizona, though. Have you?
I have only been to the North Carolina mountains a little bit.
You've got to come. I live there half time.
Yes, heck yeah.
Right.
I can drive my sister car to your sister car.
I know. Same car.
Hang out.
Yeah.
And so I've also been to, most recently, we were in Florida. We swam with the manatees. That was really fun.
How did I miss that? Wait a minute. Did I miss that? Did you tell me that?
I talked about it at the meeting. Yeah, so that was a bucket list. We went and we swam in the Crystal River, which is just outside of Tampa. Yeah. We got to swim with the manatees. That was really cool. This little baby manatees came up and started hugging my husband's leg. And then worked his way down to his feet and was playing with his toes. It was so cute. They literally come right up to you.
And they're so gentle, right?
Super gentle. They're like these big sea cows. And you're not supposed to touch them. But I mean, let's face it, when they're right up at you, you're kind of
yeah. You can get fined. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I do recall.
And there's rangers kind of watching.
Oh, wow.
And they just kind of, cut it out. But when they see that the manatee is kind of all over you, you get a little grace. But yeah, we just kind of floated in the water with snorkel gear. It was really neat. And then before that, we were in London, Madrid, and Barcelona.
Wow. How exciting.
Yeah, it was really good.
For you.
Yeah.
Where are you going next?
Cayman.
When?
Over the summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh, that's really fun.
I think I've been to the other places you said. I don't know about
just one with stingrays. That's really fun.
Is that where Joy went and kissed the stingray?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're going? Because of Joy or no?
No, we've been going there for years. It's one of our favorite places. If we can get away for a couple days, that's where we go. So
things I have to look forward to, I guess. Do you have children at home?
I do not.
We're empty nesters. You don't travel so much.
Well, we've always been traveled bugs, but we kind of took a lull for a while. Those high school years, you really, because of sports and all the things that you could do. And now that we are no longer tied down, it's heck yeah, let's go.
So have your kids been gone for a long time, or they're in their 20s?
3 years, 3 years.
You're just brand new.
Yeah, we're heck yeah, suitcases packed, let's go.
Well, I'm glad a lot of people struggle when they're empty nesters. I don't think I will. I think I'll enjoy the time, and then I'll miss my kids. I don't have my kids every week.
Yeah. I'm good at certain things, but other organizers are good at other things.
Sure.
So I don't want to be good at everything. I want to be good at the things I'm good at. That way I can help the people that's what their struggle is.
Right.
So I'm an organizer, but I specialize in decluttering.
Yes.
Let's get rid of all the extra noise so that the stuff that's there is supporting the life you want to live. I'm really good with that. I have a friend who's an organizer she does a great job of making everything beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll make it look neat and tidy, but I don't make it look beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's not as great with the declutter. She's good at it, but she's not as good at it.
Ooh, okay. I see.
Bring me in for the declutter, let me set it up, and let her follow behind me, and she can make it look beautiful.
So do you work closely with house cleaning companies like Jackie in our group, or would you?
Absolutely. Yeah, because I don't clean. I'll wipe it off, but I'm not going to clean it.
Right.
A cleaner is going to do a better job.
Yeah.
Faster.
Right.
And their price point is different from mine.
Right.
So let me excel at what I'm good at. Let them excel at what they're good at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to get into one of your groups, you have an online support group, or
I do. It's called the Tidy Tribe.
The Tidy Tribe. How would they get involved with the Tidy Tribe?
They can go to theclutterconsultant.com and click on the Tidy Tribe button.
Okay. Cool.
And it will take them to an information page.
Okay.
And that is a month-to-month, and it's a guided support group. So we talk about a different area twice a month.
Okay.
And then you get to set the parameters around what kind of accountability do you want. There's printables, there's checklists, there's all kinds of support. And then we also have a private group so that you can post a picture, you could ask a question, and it's just within the group.
So is that in Zoom, or?
The phone calls are run through Zoom.
Okay.
And the private groups, they move around. So they could be on Telegram, they could be in Facebook, they could be a cell phone text group. It just depends on the group, what feels good for everybody that's in it.
Cool.
And that way they get support. It's funny because I was just talking about having a speaker sheet, and someone was saying, well, you have to put the stuff that you did on. When you look back, I mean, how many times
you lived a life? Yeah.
How many times do you turn around and look at all the things that you've done?
Right.
And it was like an opportunity to turn, because we're always facing forward. Like, what's the next thing? Especially as an entrepreneur, what's the next thing? What else can I learn? What else can I do? Where else can I go? Where can I share? Where can I? And then I turned around and I looked, and I had a whole page.
Right.
So thank God for ChatGPT.
Yes.
I was like, take all this and condense it.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you talking about for when we share your profile with the group?
Anything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this was for the speaker sheet.
Yeah.
Because the speakers typically have what's called a one sheet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And it has, information about what you've done on it.
Okay.
And I was trying to put it on. It looks like a resume.
Yeah.
Because there was so much information.
Well, that is true. She's not bragging. You're not braggadocious, I promise.
No, I'm not bragging.
She's very humble. She actually just has done a lot of things.
But I think it's important to turn around and look at what you've accomplished.
Yes.
And I had never done that.
Maybe we should do that at our group sometime.
Yeah.
Because again, same thing. I was on a call earlier today, and the guy who's leading it said, yeah, we need to pause, turn around, look. What is it that we've done in life? What are we doing now? Write them down, recognize it.
Yes.
Take a moment. That's decluttering.
It is.
Oh my gosh. You're almost like a life coach.
Almost.
You should get that certification too.
I'm already in the works.
Perfect. We'll have you back when you're certified.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what advice do you have? Any final words of wisdom for anyone feeling overwhelmed in life or in business? You could even talk to me because I was a little overwhelmed today. Things.
Yeah. So one thing at a time. Stay in the moment.
All right. I'm going to write that down.
Focus on what you're doing right now. And try not to hold stuff in your head. Because then we tend to ruminate and then you're not in the present moment. And this is where the magic is. They say if you focus on the past, it's depression. If you focus on the future, it's anxiety. So if you stay here now, there's a whole book on it.
Okay.
But if you stay in the present right now,
okay.
You're going to give your best. Like right now, I'm with you and I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not thinking about the fact that you're recording it, that someone's going to be watching. As a matter of fact, I have to keep remembering to look up because I'm so focused. Trying to be really focused on what are we talking about and how can I give the best and the most right now.
Yeah.
So I think that would be one. And I think another would be you don't have to do everything at once.
Okay. And you, the last time we did this, you had a really good one too. So write that down. You don't have to do everything at once.
You don't have to do everything at once.
Okay. I'm just writing it down because I'm going to give this to them. These are really good words of wisdom, by the way. But you had said something about a sticky note. And 3 things? Is that
3 things with a sticky note. Yep. So when you are planning out your day, in the morning, we tend to pick up our phone, and then now we're distracted by all the emails and the text messages and all the things that we have to do in our calendar and all the things. And then the kids get up and come downstairs, and our partner comes downstairs and starts saying all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, whatever we had planned for the day has blown up on us.
Yep.
Well, take the sticky note and put 3 different sticky notes. These are the 3 most important things that absolutely have to be accomplished today. And then when they're done, you take the sticky note and you throw it in the trash. Now it's gone. It's done. It's off your plate. Or it's shifted to the next step, but it's done for the day. Like you need to record this. So you recorded this today. That's done. The recording is done. Now tomorrow it's going to be to edit. That's going to be your sticky note for tomorrow. But for today, your sticky note is done.
Yeah, throw it away.
And then what's your next sticky note? Like, is that taking the kids somewhere, doing something with the kids? Do the kids need something? What are the 3 big things that have to be done for your day to be successful? And then you can have a second set of sticky notes with the things that you'd like to get done. But if they don't get done, they can carry over till tomorrow.
Okay.
Like, I might like to mop my floor, but I don't have to mop my floor today.
Okay. I love it.
But I have to do the load of laundry because my daughter's soccer jersey is in it, and she needs it by 3:30 this afternoon.
Yeah.
That has to be washed and dried and ready.
Like to get done. I love this.
So sticky notes are great.
All right. And when are you going to have your life coaching certification, you think? Or what is your goal to have it complete?
I don't know that I have a goal to have it complete, just to get it done. So my goal is to spend at least an hour a week on it, and then when it's done, it's done.
Okay.
And that feels better to me than saying it has to be done by whatever day. If I can spend an hour a week on it, when it's completed, it's done.
That's awesome. Those are really very wise words, my friend. Well, thank you so much, Lianne. This was awesome. If you have enjoyed this episode, like and follow. You can also check her out on her website. It is linked below. Follow her on social media. She is awesome. I'm telling you. If you want to come, if you're a woman and you want to come to our networking groups, let us know. We've got several going on in the area. Union County Network of Women is the one that we know each other from. And I've also got some information down there.